In bahasa Indonesia we call it selamat siang. Selamat siang to all of you. My name is Frida and I will be your MC for today. On behalf of the Indonesian Consulate in Cape Town, we would like to wish you a very warm welcome to the Indonesian Coffee Day at this beautiful coffee place in Cape Town, Truth Coffee. Thank you for having us. And also I would like to thank Amit for the busy schedule. You still can allocate time and joining us this afternoon. How many of you already gone to Indonesia? Or knows about Indonesia? Oh, heard about it. At least heard about it. Okay. At the moment, Indonesia is the fourth largest coffee producer in the world, following Brazil, Colombia, and Vietnam. And coffee traded globally is usually a combination of roasted beans and green beans, and both for Robusta and Arabica variants. And being located in the Ring of Fire, Indonesia is blessed with vast and varied mountainous areas, combined with its archipelago feature, bringing pockets of coffee growing areas, each with its own distinct characteristics of aroma, flavor, and taste. Indonesia has many coffee varieties known today, with the potential of much more yet to be discovered. As we all know, there are many stories behind every cup that we enjoyed every morning. The cup that boosts not only for our productivity, but also boosts our moods. Like for me, don't talk to me before I have my coffee. So today it's very special because we would like to share special stories of Indonesian coffee to all of you. And we bringing our special guest all the way from Indonesia. And later on he will share a lot of his journey of coffee to all of you. But before that, let me brief a bit about Mr. Eko Purnomowidi, our special guest. He is a coffee connoisseur and coffee grower himself, as well as one of the main founder of Klasik Bean Cooperative. Klasik Beans is a group of farmers who started their adventure in coffee a couple of years ago with the aim of becoming among the first cooperatives in Indonesia producing specialty coffee. He started developing the specialty coffee niche in West Java by researching and evaluating the high potential of the land and small farmers that eventually become a model farm for ecologically sustainable coffee production within West Java. And today, Klasik Beans Cooperative has over 2,000 members of farmers and operates 5 processing facilities, referred to as Salter. Later on, you will hear more about his coffee journey. But to kick off the program, I would like to welcome Mr. Muhammad Siraj Parwito, our Konsul.
Good afternoon, Oyo Mita. Selamat sore. Thank you for coming and visiting our event today. We highly appreciate it. Hope you would enjoy the event. Klasik Beans, since its establishment in 2009, emphasis on the preservation of nature. So, as we know that today, 2 things that are the main concern of the world: sustainability and traceability. in terms of sustainability, that what has been done by Klasik Beans since 2009. They could strike a balance between people's welfare, planet sustainability, and of course profit. So hopefully by supporting the farmers, and also if you buy the products, you support also the sustainability of our planet Earth. I hope that you would enjoy the event, and without further ado, we bring the farmer from West Java, so you can explore with him the many variations of Indonesian coffee. As you know that Java is the milestone of coffee in the history of coffee, because at that time when you want to buy a coffee, you ask for a cup of Java, you don't ask for a cup of coffee. And also we understand that the Java programming in computer was invented by a coffee lover, so we contributed to the world. Indonesia contributes Java to the world in this case. So please enjoy. Terima kasih, Bayan Danti.
Thank you, Pak Aji.
Good afternoon. Sorry, my English is not good because too long in the farm. So, so I need to practice. So now I have the time for practicing again my English. So I'm Eko Purnomowidi. A bit difficult to spell it, but I'm Japanese. And I was born in Java also, but I have experience of coffee since 1999 because I was trained in Lake Toba for 11 years to produce one of the best coffee as long as I know, as the Blue Button from the 1999 until 2011. But then when I was in Batak, we have the tsunami things on 2004, and that time I met a lot of volunteers, the national disaster volunteering, just only volunteering the national disaster all the time. And since that time, we keep friends and becoming friends until now. All those volunteers are the founder of the cooperative Klasik Beans. That time we are start thinking, are we going to continue helping people, healing after the earthquake, after the tsunamis, after the landslide? But then we start to thinking how we start the prevent, because we know that we can healing everything, we can do many things when the national disaster earthquake coming, but the sadness is priceless. We cannot count the sadness. So when we lost our family, we lost our relatives, we lost our villagers. So that's the things that we start changing to. Let's still volunteering the disasters, but let's start preventing. So since that time, we established the Klasik Bean Cooperative on 2009. So since we are starting with conservations, then we came out with the idea of agroforestry, and only agroforestry. That time we are already thinking if we are like in the future, the climate is changing, and then the more warm, what should we do? If we do the experiments, we don't have time. We are only small farmers, only 1 hectare each of us. So it's hard for us if we are doing the experiments of the variety. So we are thinking, okay, let's do the agroforestry. because our land is steep, a lot of hilly mountains. Then we do the agroforestry, and we keep the 15 Celsius to 24 in our microclimates. So we are not saying that we are organic or now, but we know that if we put the inputs, it will destroy the soil fertility, and then it will risk the landslide for us. So we don't do that. So after 13 years, we start realizing it works. Thanks God, it works. So now we can declare to many people in our community that we are 100% free deforestation. And all those landslides that we have in the past, we don't have it anymore. I hope. But as an archipelagus country, we are in the ring of fires that we have earthquake every day. We have earthquake every day from 2 to 7. So we are somehow in the ring of fire, so we are getting used to the changing. So we need to be ready anytime, every day. So if you see, this is the ring of fire. We are in Indonesia here. The Pacific. And you remember the Mayayangan Trench is here. So that's the place we are. And then continue, please. See, we are the only archipelagus coffee in the world. So I mean, we are the only archipelagus country in the world. So we are more water than land. I was yesterday go up to inland to see the wine, I also see the beach. We don't have the land like that in our country. We are very small country, so we have to manage somehow as an archipelago. But we have the benefit with the archipelagos. If you see us, if you notice that Kenya, let's compare for the knowledge. Let's compare if Kenya to the Red Sea, it's like 500 kilometers away from the coffee, and then to the Atlantic is around 3,000 or 4,000 kilometers away. That's the continent's coffee. But for us, Java, Bali, Sumatra, Celebes, Sulawesi, and Flores, from our coffee place, we are only 15 kilo, 15, to 80 kilo maximum. So we are so you can imagine we are very steep land, we are very close to the oceans, but as a benefit, we get the fresh oxygen every day from the coral reefs, from the phytoplankton every day, as long as we don't destroy with the pollutions or with the plastic, something like that. So we get this every day, and then we have the pure carbon every night from the oceans, from the sea. That's why for us, this is impossible to produce high quality coffee without conserving nature. It's impossible for us with all these challenges. You see, we are supply like 5%, 5.2% of the world coffee. The consumption, forgive me if the number is not correct, but this is like the data on 2020, something like that. We world coffee consumption is 136 million bags, and we selling like 11 million bags, Arabica and Robusta. The area is around 1.2 hectares to 1.3 hectares, but we are only, each person only has 0.7 to 1 hectares. So if you are not doing collectively, you cannot sell the coffee. If you are not living in harmony with the people and the environment, you cannot do anything. So there's a lot of challenge in farming coffee. So this is the name, smallholder farmers. 96.1%. Why like this? Why Indonesian only? Everything is smallholder, cacao, spices, everything smallholders because of the rainfall. We have the rainfall like 2,600 to 3,000 millimeter a year. So the month without the dry month is a month with only rainfall 10 days. So if we like 10 days rainfall, there's a dry season. But then in the coffee, unless like Brazil or on the flatland or Central America, we have like flower and then suddenly rainy and then hot and then suddenly flower again and then hot and then flower again. So it's like we have like 8 months harvesting. So if 8 month harvesting is hard for any company, big company like big company to establish a coffee farm. We cannot change the rain, unfortunately. So that's the fact of us. And then the volcano also. Why we are so fertile? Because we are 127 active volcano all over the archipelagos. So now maybe you can have a bit of descriptions why we have earthquake every day. And one volcano in Central Java called Merapi is eruption every 10 years. Every 10 years. If there is no eruptions, the people will start asking, why you are so silent, something like that. Because it's not used to. If the mountains stay, then we need to be alert, something like that. And in Toba now, there is one volcano named Sinabung, start eruption 2010 until now every 2 years. So Nabung is like saving. The name of the mountain is saving. So it's like saving every day, every year. So it's impossible to produce high quality coffee in Indonesia without conserving nature. It's impossible. So we are very tiny, very depend on the climates. But we can, with the technology, we can do agroforestry, and then we maintain the microclimates, because we believe if the Arabica issues is you have to go up, right? To change the plantation going up, rather than like this, because we will reach the peak, and if we reach the peaks, we will go down. So if like this, if we go up, and we will reach the peak. So we don't want to reach the peak, because on the peak for us is conservation area, the place where water, the rain drops, absorbs, and becoming birth as a new river. So we do here. So we maintain the microclimate here to 15 to 24. So we are not climbing. So we are happy, and then somehow our farmer now can say that to our clients or people who coming, they can say that what is climate crisis? We don't have something like that. But you need like 15 years, 13 to 15 years together. But now when people are coming, like let's see, I hope one of you or all of you can come to our place. Our farmer will ask you to plant the trees, not coffee, the trees. So they will say that, would you plant these trees? I will guarding this, I will maintain this for the next 30-35 years. So many of our friends from the city, from another country, that drops their ears again, even though we are small, but we start something together, not us, together with the clients, with the consumers, to preserve and to together to say that we are solutions of the climate crisis, and we don't have climate crisis in our place. This is a short history, just a short history. I hope I don't take the time. So it's a Puntang is the name of the mountains. We have the forest fires in Puntang. In Puntang, we lost forest, we lost wildlife, we lost water. We need 25 years rehabilitation from 1997 until now. Then we have another landslide in Badalawangi, the different mountains. So this Puntang is here. On the east of Puntang, there is a mountain named Mandalawangi. We have a landslide there on 2004, isn't it? Yes, 2004. The same with tsunami, just before the tsunami of Aceh. Tsunami was on December, this one on September. So we lost the two villages. We lost around 20 of our relatives, 20 people of our relatives. That's why. Then we start rehabilitating. We start reforestation. We call it reforestation. We start fixing this. We do helping, healing all the people. Then replace their place, make a new home together, working together, and then needs 15 years. But in that time we have the nature by planting the coffee with agroforest method. So we planting the trees first. After 2 years, 3 years, then we start planting the coffee in these two places. But then on the 2009, few years after that, the earthquake coming. The earthquake named Pangalengan earthquake. So both these two places get affected. So many house collapse, and many people old like me becoming no hope. The ice is like hopeless ice. But when we do healing, and that time the coffee harvesting, I am one of the person who, hey mister, hey sir, the coffee harvest. They are like suddenly the eyes like open again. Is it? Yes. Let's bring basket. Let's do. Because if you are very old in our country, you don't know. We don't have insurance, so we don't know how to start again our life. But coffee that time help us, because we do the agroforestry, we do the deforestation long time ago in the same place. We get the disasters, the earthquake, and then that time coffee helped us. So we continue reforestation until us. We have the 400,000 trees, or 450 hectares. But we continue like every year we plant like 50,000 trees. Not coffee, the forest. Because we believe that the sadness, we need to release the sadness cause when the disaster coming. So all the tree, we put the tagging, not for the showing, but for us to learn. Because many of us in our place is not going to school, unfortunately, only elementary school, something like that. But then when you put the tagging and then planting and then start reading the variety, and then slowly after many years they know that this plant not working, this plant is works, this plant is slow. Suddenly they becoming observer of the soil, fertility, environment. So it's like a workshop, but long workshops. So we have the 12 origin. Actually, this is another map, but we bring you like five coffee from 8 coffee from 5 origins: Sumatra, Java, Sulawesi, Flores, and Bali. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So I'm a bit nervous because of my English, but if you can ask questions, it's release my nervous. Any questions before we continue to coffee? No, not yet. Okay, good. So the first coffee is Tolu Batak. It's from Sumatra. I was there for 11 years, produced the blue Batak, but now I changed the name to the Tolu Bataks. So the Batak itself is the tribe, the names of the tribes. But the Toba volcano was erupted in the 75,000 years ago. And boom, after that, no more, silence. Until now. I hope silence until many times in the future. That's why the soil becoming compact and not fertile. So it's hard to plant the coffee there. But coffee is the only plants can grow there. It's like a magic. Coffee is, I don't know, because we digging the soil like 1 meter deep. If we see the stone, and then we move the hole. So we need to dig 1 meter deep, 1 meter wide. So if we see this hole, we move it. But then you need to prepare compost because of the soil compact. We need to prepare compost like 1 year. So this hole, put the compost and then plant the coffee. Otherwise, it will not grow. It will not grow in the coffee. So for us, we are proud because the eruption of Lake Toba is contributes of the human evolutions. I mean, maybe if the Toba not eruption, we are not gathered together here because all of us run from the islands on the eruptions. So then the mixed marriage, everything, people moving. So from maybe before Homo sapiens, we have another Homo something like that. So we contribute on the world evolutions. Again, then we go to Java. Java we have 4 coffee: Aromanis, Bunisora, Gulali, and Talagawangi. So Aromanis is a natural process, and Gulali is a honey process. These 2 coffee, we start in Indonesia. We are the first to start this dry process on Arabica, just because we don't want to use water. So the reason that time is, can we do natural? Can we do honey? That time it was like 2009. If we do, it's very hard because you need like a very strong sunlight, which is we don't have. Then we start. We are the first time to start this just because we want to save the water. And then we spread all the knowledge to everyone. That the time was the Facebook time, not yet Instagram. So some people asking us, why you put all this knowledge to the Facebook and then you inform everybody? Look, we have specialty. Everybody has different taste, different talent, everything different. We cannot do everything conservation alone. We cannot garden these mountains alone or the river alone. You cannot do. Do you know that the air, the soil, there is no fence of the air. If we pollute here, we can pollute. If we pollute in Indonesia, we can pollute Cape Town, something like that. I make a short description so everybody start, okay. But now everybody can do anaerobic, natural, because that time we do the trial, the experiments, and we share all the knowledge. And then we have Bunisora. Bunisora is the worst process. Bunisora is like a more philosophy, because Buni is a silent, Sora is a voice. So it's a silent voices from the forest, because we have agroforestry. The forest, the leaves gives the oxygen and carbon make the coffee fruity, because if there is no carbon, pure carbon, there is no glucose. So the coffee will not sweet and will not have the flavor. Then we believe that because we don't do media social at the first time, we don't do this. But people coming and buying the coffee. Slowly people coming and buy the coffee. So we believe this is Bunisora. This is the voice, the silent voices from the leaves of the forest, who create the oxygen and carbon, create the winds, and whisper to all of you. Something like that. So we call it the name Bunisora. So that's from Java, but Java itself, Aji already mentioned that Java is the milestones of the coffee all over the world. Not the original, but the first plantation in the world, in Java. And then after that we have the Bali coffee, quite new. It's planted in 1980s, but Bali itself not changing as a culture. People love Bali. People asking why Bali like that, but we know the secret. I tell you the secret. The secret is a parenting. So it's not about the religion or the culture or the Bali itself of the islands. No, the parenting, the Balinese hugging the kids until 5 years. So they don't teach their kids to shake hands, which is on the pandemic we cannot shake hands. We do this. But in Bali they hugging. Until now, Bali is still like that. So who preserve Bali until now, and then maybe the next 20 years will be the same, just because the parenting idea. And we are proud of the Bali as contribute this parenting methods to the world. Then Flores, the coffee ready, or 2 more minutes? After this, please share the coffee and then let us know what your perspective. And then the Flores. Flores is a tribal. So the tribes who decided to remove 1,000 years ago. So they removed to protect 6 mountains and 1 river downstairs. And then on the 2012, something like that, the head of tribal coming to us and then asking, look, our place, so many tourists coming, and people forget coffee, forget cultivation of the coffee and vanilla. So I told them, okay, if you want us to assist you, let's do, because he mentioned that someday if this tourism collapse, we cannot do anything, we are dead. Okay, then we do like 7 years ago, we do the coffee again, pruning, maintenance. The coffee is already there, so they then recollect their memory on the planting coffee, put more shading, something like that, make agroforestry. Then when the coffee ready, we start selling small. Then the pandemic coming, the COVID coming. Suddenly, no tourists coming. Suddenly, no income. But luckily, the Flores wearable, they already get the income from the coffee. This time, this coffee helping us. It's a true story. I am one of the person who doing this, and they give me the name of the tribe as a number 19. So number 19, Eko Wairebo number 19. They mentioned something like that. So I was very proud because I'm nobody, not a governor or a president, something like that. But then the head of the tribe, Ame Rafael, his name is Ame Rafael. Ame is Mr. Rafael is his name. Ame Rafael passed away. So he go when the COVID coming. Not because of COVID, but he going back to the mountains, becoming a foggy mountains, together with the fog. We believe when we pass away, we will becoming the fog to the mountains. So that's just in time this head of the tribals pass away, go to their church. And the last is Sulawesi. Sulawesi is unique because Sulawesi is an island who created by this is Eurasia, this is Australia, and then Pacific plate. They are moving, something like this, and suddenly boom, Sulawesi there. Something like that. But it's true that the Sulawesi is different. Biodiversity, the animals different. If you know tapir is only on the Sulawesi, and also ano, and also many birds and many plants are different in this island because of this three plate moving, becoming Sulawesi. But then William Wallace discovered this and study in Sulawesi, put everything, report to Darwin, and then they can get the theory of survival of the fittest. That's because he stay in Sulawesi and go to Papua, back to Sulawesi, get dengue, get malaria, something like that, and then report. This is different islands. So the coffee you can taste is completely different. So that's because of the form of the islands, the timing, the soil, everything different. I think thank you. And then the last but not least, for us, from the National Disaster Volunteers becoming coffee man, then we believe that when we do farming, any farming, we are healing. We are not healing ourselves, but we healing everybody. We healing the environments, and then we can smile together. And let's keep the forest, send out the message with the silent whispers. Thank you. Half of Java, and then you go here and end so just like that.
So let's start from Java Island,
and then
move to Bali, Flores, Sulawesi, and Sumatra,
and in Java again.
and back to Java again. Because there's 4 coffee from Java. Yes, you will given pairing for the coffee. That is